All the banks are broke. Bank Santander, Deutsche Bank, Royal Bank of Scotland, they're all broke. And why are they broke? It isn't an act of God. It isn't some sort of tsunami. They're broke because...
They're broke because they fucking steal everything, and they have something called fractional reserve banking.
Because we have a system called fractional reserve banking, which means that banks can lend money they don't actually have. It's a criminal scandal, and it's been going on for too long. To add to that problem, you have moral hazard, a very significant moral hazard from the political sphere. And most of the problem starts in politics and central banks, which are part of the same political system. We have counterfeiting, sometimes called quantitative easing, but counterfeiting by any other name. The artificial printing of money.
The artificial printing of money. And then people sit down, they work a 9-to-5 job, they work 24/7, they go to university, they get into debt, they don't understand money, they go and sit in with their financial advisors and pull out a $150,000 loan across 4 years because the government allows them to. They work a 9-to-5 job for 50 grand a year. They don't even understand what money is, why money exists, and that people can print it out of thin air. You are a slave to the system.
Which if any ordinary person did, they'd go to prison for a very long time. And yet governments and central banks do it all the time. Central banks repress the amount of interest that rates are, so we don't have the real cost of money. And yet we blame the real retail banks for manipulating LIBOR. The sheer effrontery of this is quite astonishing. It's central banks. It's central banks that manipulate interest rates, Commissioner. And plus, underneath all this, we talk loosely, in a rather cavalier fashion, do we not, about deposit guarantees. So,
deposit guarantees. Every deposit that you put in, right, you're guaranteed money. You're guaranteed to get your money. And then guess what happens with fucking China? Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Guess what happened in China right now? People can't get their fucking money out. Look at this shit. Look at what's happening right now in China. In real time, this is what's happening in China. Tanks are being put on the streets in China to protect the banks. This is a bank of the Henan branch of the Bank of China declaring that people's savings in their branch are now investment products and can't be withdrawn. This is happening in real time in China, but you're not going to hear about it because it's a scam. In what world? They're guaranteeing you money, that they're going to deposit your money, that you're going to be able to get the money that you deposit, and then you realize it's all a joke. Every single part of it. It's a scam.
When banks go broke through their own incompetence and chicanery, the taxpayer picks up the tab. It's theft from the taxpayer. And until we start sending bankers, and I include central bankers and politicians, to prison for this outrage, it will continue.
We printed trillions of dollars, a complete disgrace. A complete disgrace and mismanagement of everything that's been built over the last decades in this country. Who's responsible? Who's responsible? Nobody. Nobody's responsible. Everybody points fingers, everybody blames another motherfucker, and that's the reality that we live in.